All right, ladies and gentlemen, MrSotko here. Welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to talk about some cryptocurrencies that have been gaining quite a bit in the past couple weeks. Some other news, but first and foremost, I'm going to call out a donator for $4.96 in Litecoin. Thank you. It was an anonymous donation, so I really appreciate that. It just sort of showed up. So thank you, whoever you were, for that $4.96. I think it was supposed to be $5 in Litecoin, but there's probably some fees or something like that, or maybe the price has decreased since then. But either way, I thank you for that. I always like donations, always call you guys out for donating on the channel. So getting right into it, the cryptocurrency market continued to build on April's gains this week, with alternative cryptocurrencies leading the way. So this is not unusual. Altcoins usually go up more and down more than Bitcoin does, just because it takes a lot more money for Bitcoin to go from, say, 10,000 to 20,000 as it is for an altcoin to go from $2 to $10. Now it's sort of like for $1 to $10 or $10 to $20. Either way, it's just way less money. It's maybe the same statistical growth, but either way, it doesn't take as much market cap for that to go up. So notably, the combined market capitalization of all cryptocurrencies rose back above 460 billion today, the highest level since March 6th, representing a week-on-week increase of 15.8%. My baby screaming in the background gets very excited for movies. Out of the top 25 cryptocurrencies by market capitalization, 23 are reporting gains on a weekly basis. Names like Nano, VeChain, and Bitcoin are topping the list. So Bitcoin, the world's largest cryptocurrency by market capitalization, is reporting 8.5% appreciation, largely due to Thursday's bull pennant breakout. So meanwhile, other bigwigs like Ripple, Litecoin, and Bitcoin Cash are reporting 11% gains. Ethereum's Ether token rose above 800 for the first time since early March, and has witnessed an appreciation of 23%. So moving forward, the crypto markets will likely remain bid as Bitcoin is eyeing a big bullish breakout above the 10,000 mark. So we're nearly there, nearly back over to 10,000 again for like the 10th time. So weekly top gainers. So one is Nano. Its closing price on April 27th was $6.99, and the current market price was $9.66. Of course, it could be slightly different now from the creation of the article in the uploading of the video or whenever you see it. But either way, some quite good gains, if you will, 38%. We have VeChain. VeChain was at $3.77 on the 27th and is now $5.11, 35% gain. Bitcoin, let's see, a 34% gain from 0.005 to 0.007. So quite a gain there as well. So some weekly losers are Monero, Icon not doing so well either. Monero down just 1.55%, and Icon down 0.70%. So taking a look at some of these coins here that we were just talking about, Bitcoin is down a little bit just now at 2.88%, but as you can see, if you go back to the 7-day chart, we were up quite a bit. There was a big, nice bullish purchase there from 5 all the way to 7, and we're losing some of that gain on Bitcoin, unfortunately. So let's see here. We gotta load up some of these now again. So a class action lawsuit against Ripple alleges sale of unregistered securities. So this is kind of interesting. So law firm Taylor Copeland has filed a class action lawsuit against Ripple Labs for the sale of unregistered securities, according to the official complaint filed yesterday. The lawsuit targets Ripple, its subsidiary XRP, and Ripple CEO, alleging that Ripple's sale of XRP tokens is a violation of U.S. securities law. So according to the complaint, the plaintiff, an individual named Ryan Coffey, purchased 600. So this is where this gets weird. I hate to like crush the momentum here, but this is a very strange article, and you'll see in just a second here. So Ryan Coffey purchased 650 XRP on January 5th and sold it on January 18th of this year for Tether, essentially, which he then exchanged for US dollars, sustaining a loss of around 32%, or $551.89. So So one of the points in the body of the lawsuit is that the plaintiff did not expect to lose money on his investment due to the promotional practices of Ripple Labs, retweeting favorable articles about XRP and attendance by Garlinghouse at crypto conferences. So I think this has absolutely zero validity, yet it's been going around the internet quite a bit lately. So basically, somebody purchased a security. Somebody purchased a cryptocurrency, whatever it was. You know, you could even put this into the stock market or anything like that, any example you want, even though there's one plainly pasted right here. Purchased 650 Ripple on January 5th. He only waited 13 days and then sold it. So you have to understand that, like, if you bought this at, let's just for example, I don't even know what the price was, I don't feel like going into it, but let's say it was 50 cents, and then on January 18th, it was 45 cents. Why on earth would you sell it 13 days later? So whoever this Ryan Coffey is, congratulations. You're the idiot of the day in terms of being an investor. You should quit now. You have no idea what you're doing. Please watch my channel, though, because maybe I can give you some advice. Usually that advice would be as easy as saying, you need to hold on to that for a little while longer till the price goes up. So it's just mind-boggling that this guy now wants to sue because he has a loss of 32%. Because Ripple didn't increase the price of their crypto. I know some people don't consider it a cryptocurrency. I get it, but let's just for conversational sake to roll this along. So they purchased a cryptocurrency because of all these promotional tweets and stuff by Ripple themselves, which of course they're going to have positive promotional tweets. And then he sold it for just 13 days later. So this person had zero patience. This is the least patience I've ever seen on a human being in my life. My toddler has more patience than this person. To wait 13 days and then sell it, you have to know what the price was before you sold it and when you bought it. So he just straight up sold it for less than he bought it, and now he wants to sue. So this is absolutely ridiculous. So the class action lawsuit alleges that the defendants have violated both the Securities Act and the California Corporations Code, the plaintiffs on whose behalf Coffey filed a claim, and which are written as being so numerous that joinder of all members is impracticable. So they're asking for payment for attorney's fees, the cost of the suit, and punitive damages. In addition, they request that the court declare the sale of XRP an unregistered securities sale to prevent the defendants from further violating securities laws. So this is the most ridiculous lawsuit. This is one of the most ridiculous lawsuits I've ever seen. This is like suing somebody for hot coffee, you know, and like, you know, you spill the coffee on yourself and you're like, hey, I didn't know it was that hot, and now I have a burn on my leg. I know there was the whole McDonald's old women coffee incident, and that kind of was a different story. There's a little bit extra to that, but you know, if you sue because, you know, like you cook something and you didn't realize it was gonna be hot, like how you see those like TV dinners, you put it in your microwave, it says wait for 1 minute because it's hot, and you didn't wait 1 minute and you just jammed your hands into there into the enchilada and you burned your fingers, and then you tried to sue them. Well, duh, it's gonna be hot, you just cooked it. So this is just, I can't even get over it. Only 13 days and then he sold it for, this almost seems like Ryan Coffey went into this knowing that he was going to lose money so that he could sue Ripple, because he maybe found some loopholes in the system that, like, you know, Ripple could be sued in certain situations. So he just bought some Ripple and then 13 days later sold it for a loss, and then decided, we gotta get past that one. Samsung profits surge on high demand for Bitcoin mining chips. So South Korean Samsung Electronics saw its operating profits surge in the first year of the compared to the previous year. So the company attributes the increase to its semiconductor division, which manufactures Bitcoin mining chips. Says that it expects the trend to continue. So a world leader in advanced semiconductor technology, South Korean Samsung Electronics recently announced its first quarter earnings results. Samsung Electronics is the flagship company of the Samsung Group, with assembly plants and sales networks in 80 countries. So Samsung's mining chips and earnings outlooks. So Samsung confirmed in January that it had begun manufacturing ASIC chips used for mining cryptocurrencies such as Bitcoin and Ether. Without providing any details, I remember reading these articles, and it was just basically very, very bland articles that said Samsung is creating ASIC chips. And you're like, wow, okay. So Samsung Electronics offers design services which connect mid to small size companies with qualified ASIC design services and support. So in January, the Samsung Advanced Foundry Ecosystem program was launched to ensure deep collaboration between the Samsung Foundry ecosystem partners and customers. So mining rig manufacturer Hailong Mining has previously revealed that its flagship product, the Dragonmint T1 miner, uses Samsung's 10 nanometer chips, calling them the first ever 10 nanometer Bitcoin mining chips. So they say that their rig is the world's most efficient Bitcoin miner, operating at 16 terahash, with ASIC boost technology inside for greater power efficiency. So basically, Bitcoin Cash boost technology, even though nobody hashes Bitcoin Cash. So 16 terahash is the most powerful miner, most efficient miner. Maybe I'm not really sure. You'd have to do some math on that. But Bitmain's S9 Antminer is like 14.5 terahash. They're best ones. Usually you don't get that. So the batches go in these weird orders depending on how fast they are. So there's like 13.5 and 14 terahash ones, and they vary in hashing speed. So 16 is pretty good, but not too great. What is pretty good is the Z9 Equihash miner. Now, I'm not a big fan of ASICs overall because I do mine Equihash with my GPU, so I may have to end up moving to Lyra 2 eventually. Might be the most profitable for GPU, although there are still a lot of GPUs offered, GPU algorithms offered, such as Monero and Kryptonite, but those are usually best for an Ethereum. Those are usually best for AMD cards, and I use NVIDIA cards, which are typically a little bit better at Equihash and some other algorithms. But that Z9 is quite potent indeed. 10,000 souls for 300 watts for $2,000 is pretty incredible. Now, that $50 a day that it's going to be making will go down a little bit, but slowly. And either way, it is still quite efficient for only $2,000. For 10,000, you need a lot of cards for that. So basically, it would be more than 10 1080 Ti's, because a 1080 Ti is about 680, 665 souls. You could probably overclock it, get a little bit more, or underclock it, for a little bit more efficiency, this, that, or the other thing. But either way, it's greater than 10 1080 Ti's, which would cost you way more than $2,000 for that miner. So it's incredibly efficient in terms of its values. So a 51% attack on Bitcoin would mean mutually assured destruction. So a 51% attack, also known as a majority attack, refers to a situation in which a single miner or group of miners control the majority of the network hash rate. So if attained, this would enable a bad actor to censor and reverse transactions, allowing them to double spend coins. So one of Bitcoin's greatest attributes is its immunity to attacks, be they governmental or technological. With over 31 exahash now concentrated on the network, launching a 51% attack would be virtually impossible, and yet the very act of contemplating such an event is critical in mitigating the likelihood of it ever occurring. So Bitcoin war games aren't just LARPing, they're strategic defense. So in a widely read article last month, Jimmy Sung pondered various hostile mining scenarios, including those presented by chip manufacturers, ASIC manufacturers, and mining pools. He ran through the ways in which a 51% attack could play out, but observed that owning 50% of the hash rate may not be enough to take over the Bitcoin network. According to Sung, an attacker armed with 60% of the hash rate would still be expected to take 100 minutes to overtake the rest of the network in confirming blocks. Screamy babies. So, meanwhile, the rest of the network would have caught on to what is happening and begun invalidating the attacker's blocks. So, conversely, it's theoretically possible to attack the Bitcoin network with less than 51% of the hash rate. So, no rational merchant or exchange would ever take less than 30 confirmations in a scenario like this, at least with some knowledge about what's going on. Furthermore, a large reorganization signals to the rest of the network that something nefarious is going on, and nodes will likely view these new blocks with suspicion. It's entirely possible that full node operators on the network will simply invalidate those blocks. So with Bitcoin, not really going to happen. With some other coins, maybe. So now I'm actually a little concerned with, again, I want to go back to it with the Z9 miners. They are 10,000 souls each. On the website, it says that that is a conservative estimate. I don't know if that's just a selling point of theirs and they're totally full of it, if you will. but that's supposedly a conservative estimate, so they could be even higher. But let's say 10,000. That's let's just say that's about 15 1080 Ti's each. So if, let's say, tens of thousands of these miners, possibly even 100,000 of these miners developed, I'm not even sure how many that Bitmain has produced, but I'm sure it's in the good thousands or tens of thousands of these. That's going to be an incredible amount of hash power. The thing is, though, is they are, of course, selling them only one per customer, but, you'd be a fool to think that nobody is going to... that they're not going to sell these in bulk to somebody who has tens of thousands or hundreds of thousands of dollars and want to buy 50 or 100 of these at a time. Even still, it'd be very, very difficult to get 51% hash rate on just about any algorithm in Coin. But these Z9 miners are incredibly efficient. I can't even believe how it's just unbelievable. 10,000 souls. It's like 15 cards. So for about 50, to make that same rig, you would have to pay at least $15,000 or so to make that same rig to get 10,000 souls, maybe even more. So it is pretty intense at how big those are. So Bitcoin Cash opposers scrapped the lawsuit against Bitcoin.com, citing lack of cash. So the pro-Bitcoin community movement that galvanized last week against Bitcoin.com has reversed its plans to level a lawsuit against the site. Community leader Moneytrigs announced on the group's Telegram channel yesterday, members of the movement were outraged that major crypto wallet and media service Bitcoin.com, run by prominent Bitcoin Cash proponent Roger Ver, appeared to be intentionally blurring the distinction between BTC and BCH and misleading buyers into buying the latter. So I made a couple videos on this, and it turns out very interesting. Got one of those Amber alerts on my phone. Very unfortunate. It's an entire city away though. So either way, so I made some videos on this about the scammy ways of Bitcoin Cash. So on April 27th, the group launched a website to gather claimants and donations for a promised lawsuit. However, the apparent initiator of the movement, Moneytrigs, said yesterday they are canceling the initiative due to the fact that only 3,700 in BTC has been raised. So I would never give this person my money. I'm not going to lie to you. Anybody called Moneytrigs, I would never give any money to. I'm sorry. It has nothing to do with the person, just that name. No. So we appreciate the 31 people that donated to the initiative, but 3,700 won't be enough. So they refunded the 31 transactions. So the Telegram channel has amassed 1,125 members to press time, and Moneytrigs is now refunding 33 users who donated to the effort. So many of the group's supporters pointed out that that under just the threat of legal action from the site, Bitcoin.com has forced to make significant changes to the content of its site. Litecoin creator and crypto community influencer Charlie Lee noted one of the changes on Twitter this week. So although I think it's wrong for people to claim that Bitcoin Cash is Bitcoin, or for Roger and Bitcoin.com to mislead users with stuff like BCH and Bitcoin Core, I do not think it's anything illegal. So this lawsuit is stupid, in my opinion. Charlie Lee, you just lost about 2 points. You lost 2 points of respect from me. I don't think you care, but you did. So I retract my statement, calling the lawsuit stupid. I just found out that Roger has changed the website back to listing Bcash as Bitcoin Cash, and instead of just Bitcoin. So far the lawsuit has already done some good. So carry on. Okay, so plus 1 point. So you're down just one, Charlie Lee. So, yeah, so on the website, it was basically Bitcoin, and then it said BCH in brackets. So this is on a couple of my older videos if you want to check them out. So it's basically, it was just, buy Bitcoin, and it said BCH next to it in the brackets. And then and then below that it said buy Bitcoin. It basically says Bitcoin Core, how to buy Bitcoin Core, with in the brackets BTC. So it was extremely misleading. So anybody that really didn't know anything about crypto and just started to get into it because Bitcoin.com, obviously they're going to go to that site first. They're going to learn about it, and they're not going to want Bitcoin Core because they don't know what Bitcoin Core is, right? They want Bitcoin, right? So they click on Bitcoin, but really they're clicking on Bitcoin Cash. So it's extremely misleading. But that's all I got for you guys today. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I will put all the links in the description below so you guys can reread them if you would like. But until then, I will see you guys next time.